Why did Kate Middleton make Meghan Markle cry? How did the royal family deny Meghan help in her darkest time? And why do the royals care so much about Archie's skin color? Hi, I'm Joy and you're watching OSSA. Buckle up, we're diving into the ruthless world of the royals. The road to royalty is paved with critique. If Harry and Meghan's relationship has taught us anything, it's that a 21st century fairy tale is not what we expected. After 4 years of intense scrutiny by the media, the couple made history by stepping down from the royal family. And now, through an interview with Oprah, they're finally explaining why. And not everyone is happy about it. Amid speculation over what the couple would reveal, the British press took a chance to deliver another blow to the couple. Immediately after the interview was recorded, an email was linked to the media which accused Meghan of bullying Buckingham Palace staff in 2018. And if you think the timing of the complaint seems unusual, you're not alone. For the story to break after nearly 3 years of silence, but just before a widely anticipated interview, seems a little too coincidental. Nevertheless, the palace has confirmed that they will investigate the claims, which Meghan has since denied both in writing and during her interview with Oprah. But that's not the only critique leveled against these two. The royal family wasn't keen for the interview to take place either, and after attempts to cancel it, they even used Prince Philip's stay in hospital to buy time. In fact, the media even suggested that the couple postpone their interview until Harry's grandfather had recovered. However, Meghan actually addressed this with Oprah, admitting that when she heard about Prince Philip, she made a very important phone call. With the reassurance that the Duke of Edinburgh was recovering, the pair decided not to postpone their appointment with Oprah. After all, as the former actress explained, she was done being silenced and saw these critiques as the latest attempt by the British press to keep her quiet. Meghan Markle has found her voice again. You know it's going to be a barrel interview when it starts with a disclaimer. After officially acknowledging that Meghan and Harry had not prepared for the interview, nor were they profiting financially from it, they dived right in. Meghan admitted that since becoming a royal, she lived two lives, her private life and the one the world sees. The British media may have blurred these into a single messy affair, but she's setting the record straight. She explained that being a royal came with public perception, which differs vastly from reality. Meghan commented, "You get judged on the perception, but you're living the reality." This even extended to their wedding. Meghan told Oprah, "Our wedding wasn't our day. It was the day that was planned for the world." To rectify this, she and Harry actually got married 3 days before the official ceremony in an intimate ceremony officiated by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Throughout the interview, Meghan was candid about her treatment by the press and the devastating effect that it has had on her life. Interestingly, she's able to trace it all back to a single moment, the time Kate Middleton made her cry. Yes, you heard that correctly. Despite newspaper reports claiming that Meghan made the Duchess of Cambridge cry after a spat involving flower girl dresses, it was actually Meghan that ended up in tears. However, she admitted that while she wanted to tell the truth, she's not doing this to throw shade at her sister-in-law. In fact, since the altercation, Kate apologized and sent Meghan flowers, and the two reconciled without issue. But the damage was done. It was the first time that Meghan's actions were incorrectly reported, and the first of many times that the royal family allowed a story to circulate without correcting the facts. Over time, as more articles were published, it became hard for Meghan, who intentionally didn't read the news about herself, not to see the reporting as a character assassination. This left her speechless and powerless. As she explained, "I've always been outspoken, especially about women's rights. That's the sad irony of the last 4 years, is that I've advocated for so long for women to use their voices, and I was silent." At the peak of the media's campaign against Meghan, she admitted that she told concerned friends and family that she was being protected by the royal family, only to find out that she wasn't. She elaborated that the palace was willing to lie to protect other members of the royal family, but they weren't willing to tell the truth to protect me and my husband. With that harsh realization, Meghan and Harry realized that something had to change. That something was them. The motivation for the move. During the interview, the couple pinpointed the 4 biggest issues which made it necessary for them not only to leave the royal family, but the UK. The first and most obvious was how the British media handles Meghan. With an overwhelming negative focus on her race and her background as an American divorcee, the tabloids' obsession with the former actress quickly morphed from delight to pure character assassination. Naturally, this had devastating effects on Meghan's mental health, including thoughts about ending her own life. What started as feelings of isolation and loneliness became a debilitating depression, which wasn't helped by the near-constant media onslaught. After Archie's birth, Meghan reached a breaking point, telling Oprah, "I realized it was all happening just because I was breathing." At the time, she admitted she didn't want to be alive anymore. Afraid of her dark thoughts, Meghan sought help with the royal family, asking to go to a hospital and recover. Her request was denied because it wouldn't look good for the family.
I know there's an obsession with how things look, but has anyone talked about how it feels?
And while Meghan was trying to come to terms with this, her husband was working to make the transition as easy as possible, as he'd noticed similarities between what Meghan was experiencing and how his mother, Princess Diana, had been treated.
Everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid, that's just me not wanting a repeat of the past.
As the prince told Oprah, he was terrified that history would repeat itself, as Diana had also been bullied by other royals. Despite Diana's attempts to illustrate this and reach out, she never received help, and he wants to spare his wife from that. He elaborated, "To receive no help at all and just be told this is how it is, that's what shocked me." But the event that finally pushed the couple to cut ties with the royal family was actually the arrival of a new family member. The deciding factor. As if Meghan's emotional and mental exhaustion weren't enough, when she should have been enjoying her first pregnancy, she instead received more shocking news, in the form of several changes to procedure. Not only did they learn that their baby would not have a title, but that he wouldn't have a security detail. And it gets worse. Meghan's baby was the first child of colour to ever be born in the British royal family, and while this should have been applauded, making the family more diverse and thus more representative of the many countries it represents in the Commonwealth, it had the opposite effect. What really happened was that Meghan and Harry were subjected to a conversation about what their child would look like, and specifically how dark the baby's skin would be. While both Harry and Meghan refused to name and shame those involved in the conversation, the disparaging remarks were the tipping point for Harry and Meghan. If they had to choose between being royal and protecting their son, they'd choose Archie every time.
So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be.
With no support from his family and even less from the media, Harry decided there was only one solution to the problem of history repeating itself with his wife, and that was to change history by stepping down as senior members of the royal family in a highly publicized move that has since been nicknamed Megxit and blamed entirely on the former actress. While the move has meant a number of losses for the couple, from their titles and income to their connections and responsibilities, it hasn't necessarily been a bad thing. Now that they've settled in America, they're looking forward to a life of service on their own terms, which they'll make possible through their new company, Archwell. They're also preparing to welcome their second child to the world, a daughter, and are very excited, although they've admitted that this baby will be their last. With so much behind them, we have no doubt that Harry and Meghan will be able to handle anything life throws at them. Hopefully, that'll be a few extra servings of happiness because they've certainly earned it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay awesome.